Yeah, they used to call me Beer Ken.
Hey, how's everybody doing? Ultimo. And I was going to do this. I meant to do this for the 250th episode video uploaded to the SAT podcast YouTube page. And let's try to put this on, see if that helps. Ooh, that's too bright.
I do like you down on your knees. You should never.
But I can't count. I went to Mississippi Public Schools, so this is the first live stream on here, and I'm just going to do something very simple. As you might see, this stream is titled Alfred Hitchcock Movies on Blu Ray and DVD, and I am a fan of Mr. Hitchcock. I think the first film of his I saw was probably The Birds. So let's go. I'm going to start with the first and so far only Hitchcock film I own on Blu Ray, and that would be Psycho. Now, this is the 50th anniversary edition. I got this past year as part of my Christmas presents from my favorite aunt. I refer to her as my midget aunt because she's kind of short. And this is actually a nice little set. You get, see, there's the disc. You get this nice little booklet here. It's about Turner Classic Movies, which is a damn good. If you're a fan of older cinema, you know, pre-1970, it's a really good channel. And everything's uncut, no commercials. It ain't like how, it's like how AMC used to be back in the day. Now AMC is just pure shit. I mean, for an hour and a half movie, they're going to air it in a 3-hour block, and you're going to get an hour and a half or more's worth of commercials. Plus, they cut the movies and stuff. But yeah, let's see what extras we got on here. We got the making of Psycho, Psycho Sound, Into the Master's Shadow, Hitchcock's Legacy, Hitchcock Truffaut interview excerpts, newsreel footage on the release of Psycho, the shower scene storyboards by Saul Bass, the Psycho archives, posters and Psycho ads, lobby cards, behind the scenes and production photographs, and then a feature commentary with Stephen Rebello, author of Alfred Hitchcock and the Making of Psycho. This is the best I've ever seen this movie look. I've seen this, of course, on like VHS, TV. Actually, tell you about, first time I saw it, I think it was on Betamax. Yeah, I'm old enough to Betamax. Saw it on TV, you know, saw it on VHS, saw it on Laserdisc. Had seen it on DVD, just never picked it up. And then back, man, it's probably been 15 years ago. One of the theaters up in Houston when I was living out in Texas got a hold of, I'm assuming it was a 35 millimeter print. I'm not sure on that, but they showed it in theater and it looked good. This looks amazing. This is a gorgeous film Blu-ray. And I've noticed that black and white films look even better on Blu-ray than most of your color films. This is fairly inexpensive. If I'm want to say, like, you can get new copies of this off Amazon for $10 or under, which is definitely worth it. So, Psycho on Blu-ray. But the thing that made me want to do this, and I just recently got this, my Aunt Midget, who I mentioned, her husband, my uncle, is the man that got me into horror movies and comic books and science fiction films and all that kind of stuff. And just recently, him and her had to go up to Jackson, Mississippi to help get their son ready for his wedding. And instead of driving all the way home, they came by and spent the night at my place. And he brought back a bunch of DVDs he borrowed from me. And in there, he gave me this Alfred Hitchcock Limited Essentials Collection. Now, this is a collection of 5 Hitchcock movies. We got Rear Window with James Stewart and Grace Kelly, which I have not seen in many, many years. Vertigo with James Stewart and Kim Novak. Oh, my God, Kim Novak, which is gorgeous. And I've only seen her in a couple films. North by Northwest with Cary Grant and Eve Marie St. Eva. Is it Eva or Eva? I don't know on that. Don't think I've actually ever seen of North by Northwest. Psycho, of course. And then The Birds with Tippi Hedren and Rod Taylor, which, like I said earlier. And for the bonus features, it says original documentaries on Rear Window and Vertigo, commentaries on Vertigo and North by Northwest, production photos, original theatrical trailers, and much, much more. Now, as you see, it's open. I think he got this used somewhere, but the weird thing was it was open, but, and I'll show this in a second here. Let me slide this out. I like the box. On the inside, and I'll go to that part, was these, which I'm guessing the reproduction of lobby cards from the original release. All these, there's one for each film. These were still sealed in the package. So we got Vertigo. And like on the back, it says, anyone could become obsessed with the past with a background like that. credited to Detective John Scotty Ferguson. We got The Bird. I keep telling you, this isn't a few birds. These are gulls, crows, and swifts. By Melanie Daniels. We've got Tippi Hedren on the back. And I've heard the stories about how horrible Hitchcock treated Tippi Hedren on the set of that show. Psycho, which I think this is the original theatrical poster for Psycho. And on back here, We All Go a Little Mad Sometimes. Credited Norman Bates. There's the old Psycho house. We got North by Northwest. Now, you listen to me. I'm an advertising man, not a red herring. I got a job, a secretary, a mother, 2 ex-wives, and several bartenders that depend on me. And I don't intend to disappoint them by getting myself slightly killed. Roger Thornhill, which I'm assuming it's Cary Grant. I'm pretty sure it's Cary Grant. And then the last one, which is for Rear Window, which wasn't that remade a few years ago under a different name starring Shia LaBeouf? Why would a man leave his apartment 3 times on a rainy night with a suitcase and come back 3 times? LB Jeff Jeffries. So yeah, I always like seeing, I love these little cards like this. You remember back in the day when DVDs, almost everyone would come with a little insert, and you know, they quit doing that. But look at the packaging for this, you know. We got Vertigo, and you open it up and you got Rear Window and Psycho. You open up some more. You got The Birds, and you open it up again, and see, you got each film gets its own disc. What's on the other side of it? I want to check something real quick. There's the Rear Window disc. And the Vertigo disc. And these definitely look like they've been watched once or twice. There's a few little fingerprints on them, but nothing major, no scratches, you know, none of that shit. And I did not ask my uncle where he acquired this. Who knows with him? He's always looking at this. He might have gotten this like a library shelf. So North by Northwest. Psycho, of course, which is usually my favorite Hitchcock film. I kind of go between Psycho or The Birds being my favorite. And yes, those are of his films. Those are the ones I've seen the most. Then, of course, The Birds. And to me, The Birds usually edges out Psycho because Psycho is really good until that very last scene. That very last scene just kind of, I understand why it was done. But the very last scene with Norman and all that, and, you know, it doesn't translate as well to the modern era as it probably did back then. But I do like this. Behind each disc, and I'll fold this up a little to make it easier. You get, you know, pictures and shit from the film. Yeah. Just a nice little packaging. And I like that the box set is, you know, either the same size or just a tiny bit taller. Let me get all these back in here. Than, you know, a normal DVD. Because I have custom DVD shelves. I have custom built shelves for my DVDs that are about a 1/4 inch taller than a DVD case. So anything that's oversized just does not fit on them, right? I have to put them on the very top like I have, just for example. I got like, you know, the Speed Racer set that comes in the Mach 5 case. That has to go on the top of the shelf. I have the Planet of the Apes series that comes in the 8 bust, and that has to go on the top shelf and stuff like that. I don't really care for, you know, the oddball size ones. Matter of fact, the, this mask is making my mustache tickle my nose. And stuff like that. So let's get all these back in here. This is just a neat little set. I don't know how limited of a limited edition this actually is. You know, the words limited edition don't mean as much now. Not that they ever really did. I mean, back in the day, you had the Franklin Mint with their limited editions. You know, we're only printing as many as we get orders for. Well, you know, if you get 5 million orders, 5 million is not limited. But yeah, the Alfred Hitchcock limited edition essentials collection. This is pretty much, you know, the essentials of the Hitchcock. This is his big films. On the back here, it's got some pretty good, you know, right up here. It says 5 classics from the master of suspense. The legendary Alfred Hitchcock is recognized for directing some of the most unforgettable and groundbreaking films of all time. Now, for the first time ever, 5 of the most iconic films from the master of suspense are available together in Alfred Hitchcock The Essentials collection, including Rear Window, Vertigo, North by Northwest, Psycho, and The Birds, starring Hollywood favorites James Stewart, Cary Grant, Grace Kelly, Anthony Perkins, Janet Leigh, Tippi Hedren, Eva Marie Saint, Kim Novak, and Rod Taylor. This essential collection captures the most memorable moments in the career of a true cinematic master. And then we got, as you can see, a bit about each film, then listing the extras. I'm going to probably, over the course of the next week or so, sit down and watch all these, watch all the extras. As I said, I've seen most of these before. I do wish it had, commentaries on every film, but I understand, not every film's going to have a commentary. I'd love a commentary on, like, The Birds. Psycho doesn't have one on here, but I got the Psycho Blu Ray, which has a commentary. Rear Window would be a neat one, But, hey. Cool little set. If you're not a Hitchcock fan, definitely pick it up. When I saw this in the bag, when he was like, okay, there's a lot of these. I see them all over the place, real cheap. It's the public domain Alfred Hitchcock stuff in a box set. And I own ones I put up somewhere. It's, a lot of his silent films, a few other films, and there's 1 or 2 episodes of Alfred Hitchcock Presents that are in the public domain now. And you find those all over, and they're, $5, $10. I figured he found that. Okay, hey, I'll like it. Send it to me. No, it's even better. It's a really cool set. And that's it. Don't want to run too long on this. Hope everybody enjoys this. And I'll plan on doing some more of these. I'm even thinking about maybe doing some watch-alongs with some of these VHS I've got. I found that a few of them, somebody's ripped the VHS, especially the more oddball stuff, not like, Die Hard or something like that, just the oddball stuff. Somebody's ripped them and put them up on YouTube. So I'm planning on sometime within the next month or so, letting people know about a week in advance. Hey, so-and-so day, so-and-so time, and it's always going to be Central Time Zone. I live in the Central Time Zone, lived in it most of my life, where we could all sit around and watch, let's just say, like the Donut Man and the Donut Repair Game, Barnyard Fun, or something like that, and just try it out. Just see how this works. So hope everybody enjoyed it. If you did, leave a comment, click like, all that other bullshit. As I always say, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, all the other bullshit. Talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.